me, when I saw myself back when I started, I mean, it's not a secret that I was in Alaska going through the divorce and all that stuff, and like I couldn't help but just like the person back then, she was so scared, no clue how she was going to make the payments, but I made them all. Yeah, no clue how to make the payments, no clue. And the thing I think that changed most for me is, first of all, physically, because back then it's like I had just kind of found out that I had like a childhood diagnosis of autism, but I
Mm.
never really knew 100% like until like once I found out, it's like, okay, so how does this express itself in my body? And I realized, like studying up on it, I was like, okay, so this is, I just call it, like, I don't even like say like I have autism. It's more like autism tendencies. It's like,
Mhm.
like the shutting down and the getting quiet and, not really quote unquote being able to stand in my power or standing my ground. Although I had the fire for it, but my body literally would shut down. And so now I'm like that was the very first thing that really changed for me. It's like as soon as I feel it coming on, wherever I'm at, I'm just starting like finger tapping and I'm tapping myself right out of the shutting down and be like, okay, it's okay for me to stay in my power. It's okay for me to be here. I am safe. I'm straight. Let's own this. Let's do this. And because of doing this, like I feel like before I said no to so many opportunities and to so many things. And now I'm just like, I will rise to the occasion. I can do this. And there's like so many opportunities are opening up for me. Like I'm being invited into so many spaces. And that was like one of the things that I wrote in my letter. Like I just want to be invited into spaces. Like
Mm.
I just, word of mouth. Like I'm more like word of mouth versus constantly promoting and all that stuff. It's not really me. I did do it simply because, you have to build somewhere,
Mhm.
right? But even then, I'm just like finger tapping myself in there. It's okay for me to put myself out there. It's okay for me to, it's like that has changed for me.
Wow, that I just want to honor that because I've seen you expand so much in this program. Like you are so out there and sharing, and I've seen people invite you into their spaces. And I love that you shared this because that's good for all of us to know. Like I like to be invited in. Like this is something that will be really powerful for you, and that it's okay to ask in this beautiful community for what you need in that way. And like you've moved, you went through divorce because you moved from Alaska to Texas, correct? Like,
Yep.
what? The kids, like you're incredible and you showed up. And so now that you're starting this new life, even more is going to start happening for you and that are safe in who you are. You're cherished, you're loved, you're honored. So thank you so, so much for sharing that with us and being here and saying yes to this work.
Yeah. Just
Beautiful.
even now, I even had to finger tap myself into it. I was like, go
Yeah.
share, talk about it, share, talk about it,